Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to GaS Digital Now, the GaS Digital wrap-up show. Jorge is the real hero of this show, honestly.
He loves eating them.
Yeah, he does. We just got back from...
Illinois.
Is there a name for it?
Cook County.
Cook County, yes.
Illinois.
Mike and I went on our... Sorry, this is GaS Digital Now, the GaS Digital wrap-up show. We talk about all the best moments that came out on the network this week. That's Mike. This is Natalie.
We have a lot to talk about this week. We're interviewing Jake later about his fight against Harrington at Skankfest. We got some cat questions for Natalie. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about the De La Mer Vera murder and all of and La Mer Lee dressing down Josie on TTI.
La Mer's a character this week.
Yes, he's Zach said it on Morning Zoo that we're going to be talking about. La Mer was in more than he was.
Yeah.
At GaS Digital.
Wow. And
we're going to be talking about a potential social faux pas that was up for debate on Morning Zoo when Matt Marin and La Mer were on. So all that and more, but first, we went to Chicago.
We took our first couple trip, I would say.
Whoa.
We did our first trip that was just for fun, that was not work, that was traveling, just the two of us. Although we did meet up with some other people there. Mike's aunt and uncle just had a baby, so we visited the baby. His grandmother was there, and his sister were there with us a little bit as well.
Fellas, I was around way too much feminine energy. I really need
That's so true.
Bro it up.
You need some bro nights. I was going to say Jorge, but that's not exactly the bro.
No, I need some bronies.
You need some bronies. You were hanging out at wherever Story Wars records now last night. Hopefully that was like a little hit of testosterone for you.
Yes, I talked to Ron Bennington, and all the cigar smoke that wafted off of him kind of healed me.
Yeah. But yes, it was a lot of feminine energy. I think we both did a good job of like control, like taking charge of the vacation. Like, I feel like I was good at, like, picking restaurants and, like, making calls of, like, all right, we need to leave here at this time.
Yeah.
You were good at, in advance, like, hey, I researched it, and here's the city pass we're going to buy, and here's what we're going to use it on, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we bought a city pass so we could check out all the museums.
Yeah, and also with it was your call about seeing the sky view, the Sears Tower.
Well, that was unfortunate because with the city pass, it has two required viewings, and one of them
you don't have to go, but it's
if you
like
want your money's worth.
If you want your money's worth, you get those two automatically, and then you pick from a short list. You pick three from a short list.
You get five total, and you can only pick three of them. So the two they choose for you is the aquarium and the sky deck, which is the worst of the observation decks in Chicago for seeing the skyline.
Yes. Key things that I wanted to do that we were successful in. We went to 3 Dots and a Dash. I'd been seeing
Thank you,
that.
whoever in the chat.
Someone in the chat mentioned that, and How to Drink on YouTube was the one who like put it in my head because he made a video about it recently, and I went, that's Chicago. We're going to Chicago. I got to go there. That was a little date that we had. That was cute. That was very romantic.
They had the skulls for instead of spicy peppers for how strong the drink was. I thought that was fun.
That was fun. I had a glass that was this big covered in skulls. That was cool.
Yeah.
The food was good and the vibe was good. We almost couldn't find where the door was. That was pretty fun.
Just for reference, the one that was 2 skulls, one of there were like 2 on there. The one of them was called Rum Barrel. So it
was just a barrel of rum. I had 3 Dots and a Dash, the namesake of the restaurant drink, and it was incredible.
I tried to eat one of the coffee beans in an espresso martini because I thought it was a raisin.
Yep, he really did do that. The other thing I wanted to hit was Portillo's and get a cake shake, and that was pretty incredible as well. I did not research what was on a Chicago dog before we got it. Oh, you want to go in order?
Let's talk about Portillo's again for a second.
Sure.
So this was a Zach recommendation you said to me.
I've heard Zach mention the cake shake from Portillo's about 100 times.
I told both Zach and Jorge about it yesterday, and they were disappointed in what both of our opinion was, in that It was good when it was the shake part with little cake chunks, but when it got all lumpy, soggy,
when it was just cake on the
shake,
bottom, soggy cake on the bottom,
it was not as fun.
I liked it. I just let it sit too long. I thought it was going to be more evenly integrated.
Zach and Jorge disagreed that was, in fact, the best part.
I think I let it sit too long. Because when I got to those cake bits, we had been sitting at your aunt and uncle's house for quite a while. But an incredible idea of a shake.
The other thing was, so I had ordered an Italian beefy there at Portillo's. And because I knew that Chris Vega had famously railed against the Italian beef sandwich and had publicly slandered the TV show The Bear because he doesn't like Italian beef sandwiches.
So he doesn't like that it's dunked?
I don't know, but I went to him yesterday and I go, you, and I got a bone to pick with you. And he was like, what? And I was like, I tried an Italian beef and I liked it. And he was like, well, I don't trust anything you say now.
That's so funny. I was saying that I had 3 hot dogs on this trip. That's more hot dogs than I've eaten in the last probably calendar year, I would say. And I did not research what's in a Chicago dog before this, but I knew that they hate ketchup. Sonic stinks around here.
But they have Chicago dogs.
Yeah, but I would never think to order a hot dog except at a hot dog place, you know?
Yeah.
It's
at a hut.
Yes, exactly. It's I like.
Why is every hot dog location a hut?
Yeah, the best hot dog restaurant in New Jersey is Rutt's Hut. That's a real hut, and it's incredible. Pickle spear, whole pickle spear, tomato, peppers, sport peppers, relish, extremely green relish, and mustard. And I believe celery salt was specifically written down as well.
And on a
seeded bun. I like that it's all cold, crunchy things, fresh things. That it's not heavy, meaty, gooey hot dog. I like that it adds a good contrast. From the mustard?
All the relish and mustard give it a gooey
but it's
consistency.
Cold, you know? I loved it. I will be making my hot dogs that way. We did see the bean, and
I flicked it.
He flicked. No, none of us. We were spending the whole time talking about how we didn't touch the bean. Yuck! He did not touch the bean.
It's oily and handprints.
We were there for a jazz festival, so it was like busier than usual, and it was Labor Day weekend. It was busier than usual. I feel so. We saw the Field Museum together. That was amazing. We spent a little too much time in the ancient Americas.
Yeah, no reptiles.
And reptiles. I liked the after dinosaurs part, though.
We were learning all about Jim Norton.
Yes, very good. So, sorry, I was trying to wrap my head around that.
Common Opie and Anthony roast to Jim Norton was calling him various animals.
Oh, well, fair enough.
He looks like a worm.
And then we also went to the art museum, and I think we have to talk about the art museum debacle.
Oh, what debacle? Oh, that debacle. Okay, so first of all, partially because Natalie was. I'm gonna give you partial blame that we didn't even get to the art museum until 1 because you insisted on not having the free breakfast and had to go to a cafe for something you could have just gotten at the free breakfast.
I wanted to go to that cafe at 11 a.m. We get to the cafe after I've been sitting around in the hotel room for an hour at 1 p.m.
I was working.
You would have been working whether or not I got the free breakfast or not. You would have been working. You having to work for an hour before we go had nothing to do with that. That's crazy. That's crazy to blame me for that. It was all of you guys. None of you guys were ready.
Welcome
Alyssa was
to
not
the world
ready.
Of Rufo.
Yeah, your fault. Your fault, not my fault.
You know, when you wear those sunglasses, it's really hard for me to tell if you're being serious or not.
It's just crazy for you to blame me for not getting to the art museum when I was ready 2 hours before we got there. But yes, we don't get to the art museum until 1, and we go, that's plenty of time. Mike's sister has a reservation for us for a tour.
Architecture cruise.
An architecture cruise tour.
On the river.
On the river.
The
at
Hudson
5 o'clock.
River.
I like that the Chicago River is named after the city. It makes it easy to remember what the river's called. At 5 o'clock. The 4 of us are there, me, Mike, and his sister and his grandmother. And toward the second half, we do the same thing we did at the Field Museum. Spent way too much time in one section. Didn't nearly spend enough time on the rest of it.
Renaissance was a good section to hang out in, though.
Yeah, that was like... I don't think it was literally Renaissance. I forget what the name of it was, but it was like the Dutch still lifes and stuff like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. That place was great, but we split up toward the end so that we could all see some different sections, and we were like, let's meet up in the gift shop at 4 o'clock.
In 1 hour.
It was a little less than an hour, but yes, it was 4 o'clock. We all said 4 o'clock. We're shuffling around. I find Mike's sister at the gift shop. Mike is unclear and his phone is dead where he is. His grandmother we also have not placed.
I was waiting for my sister to come out of the bathroom, and then it seemed like forever before she came out.
And
so
then
I
you found her
left.
and then you found her at the gift shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys passed each other. Cool. Turns out his grandmother was also waiting for us. She was very punctual, but she was waiting for us at the wrong gift shop. So we haul ass out of there finally at 4:35-ish. I call an Uber for us. It's like 7 minutes waiting for the Uber, and then it's like a 15-minute drive, and I'm like, we're majorly pushing it. We get into this Uber. We go, all right, here's the game plan. Sister's going to run ahead. Mike is going to stay back with his grandmother because she can't walk quite as fast as the rest of us, and I was going to run in between them and make sure we don't lose each other. Our Uber driver is a real one. He's trying to maneuver some stuff for us, but it's just city traffic. And also, we're up here where the street is, and even after we get there, we need to go down to where the water is to get to the boat. Alyssa beams off ahead. The other two are behind me. I'm in between. And I'm trying to keep up with her. And she's walking like this, and we're like, come on, let's go, let's go. It's 59. It's like 4:59, right? And I don't like you watching me tell this story with sunglasses because I feel like you think I'm telling it wrong.
You know, when you wear those sunglasses, it's hard for me to tell if you're being serious or not.
Yes. So we...
I don't think you're telling it wrong.
Okay, so Alyssa gets down to the boat. She's zoomed ahead. There's a moment where I turn back and I look and I don't see Mike and his grandma anymore.
Nope.
I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm going to find her before I lose her. And then I haul ass ahead. I find her. We get to the boat. She's on the boat. She's like, get on, get on, get on. And the people there are like, we gotta go. We gotta go. We're not waiting. We
it's
can't
like the
wait.
last chopper out of Nam.
Literally, like they're yelling at us. They're like, we can't fucking wait for you. They don't say that. We can't wait for them. We can't. Get on. Get on. And I get on, and it takes off, and Mike is screaming on the phone.
Well, so what happened was I was waiting for my grandmother to get down the stairs because I didn't want to lose her.
That's your job.
And I get down to the bottom, and I didn't see, neither of us saw which direction they had run off of the steps, and there's a million people around, and I'm trying to call my sister, and she's just not...
She froze
saying what's happening.
She froze up,
and
yes.
I'm confused, and I just want an answer on what I should do, because I'm like, well, do I have time or don't I have time? Like, should we be rushing or should I be standing here?
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then finally she was like, we miss you guys. I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
At that point, I was defeated enough where I was like, fine, just enjoy it.
Yeah, you sounded petty when you said that, but I know that it was a tough moment. So
No.
Alyssa and I had a nice little cruise date, and Mike and his
wasn't
grandmother
petty.
had a...
It's a cruise.
Yeah. So we have our date without them, and it's pretty fun. And then we I heard that Jake is out there. Oh, maybe he dipped because he saw we were talking about Chicago. So we did, with our city pass, manage to do another architecture cruise, the four of us.
Yeah, it all worked out, and I was not petty.
I know you weren't petty, but you sounded more angry than I've ever heard you sound before, directed toward me.
When?
I was on the phone. I go, here, give it to me. And I'm like, we're on it. They're pulling away. And you're just like yelling.
No, I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at my sister.
I know, but I know. I just felt really bad. I felt terrible.
But I didn't yell at you.
Well, you were yelling pretty bad.
I was yelling at my sister to just explain what happened.
You were like, so we missed it? Yeah. Yes.
And then I calmed down. I just wanted to know what was happening because I wasn't given any information.
Okay. I missed that. I'm sorry. And then that was kind of a running joke for the rest of the weekend.
Yes.
What other major things did we hit? Field Museum, the Art Museum and the Field Museum each could have gotten like a 6-hour full day. That's why they put food in those things. Because we could have spent all day in both of them.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fact that you learned on the architecture cruise?
Oh,
I liked the debunking of the Chicago fire being the... Here, I'll tell this later. Come in. You got to sit next to me.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's the future reigning, defending champion of Skankfest.
That's right. The champ is here. The mouth from the south.
No, you got to sit on my side. That mic's not working.
I like that. I like the mouth from the south.
It's Jimmy Hart, bro. The champ is here. Muhammad Ali. You guys know I'm from Louisville, the birthplace of Muhammad Ali.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I won't.
So you all automatically win then?
Yeah, we won. We already won. We already won the thing. It's already good.
We've been trying to get Jake's confidence up because he was a little low energy Jeb Bush about this whole thing yesterday.
Well, look. I'm not coming out here fucking just coming out guns a-blazing, talking all this shit like Mike Harrington needs to prove a point.
So explain it. If anyone's been like under a rock for the past week, explain what the situation is.
So look, Mike Harrington challenged me at Skankfest to box, right? Took me a couple weeks to even think about it and see what's going on. I accepted. For the fact that Mike Harrington just wants to, challenge people that are not actively training. You know what I mean? He's trying to get an easy W. He's trying to look fucking. He's trying to look good in front of the people, and I'm not going to let it happen.
Okay, all right.
I'm not just going to let you come in and just look all crazy. This is going to be a real David versus Goliath type situation.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I think
Sure.
I think what I'm hearing here is you're telling Harrington to pick on someone their own size.
It does seem that way.
Give or take. But I'm going to make him pay.
Right.
I'm going to make him fucking pay for thinking that he can just pick somebody out that doesn't go to a boxing ring and have all these coaches and get beat up by Lewis like a couple days a week or whatever. And I'm going to make him pay for that. Mark my words.
So
is this also revenge for Dylan?
A little bit. I fuck with Dylan.
Is it? Okay.
But it's funny you say that, GBM. Because I just rewatched that footage where he was just obliterating a guy half his fucking size around a boxing. Just this fucking tiny twig while this fucking big blob of a man is chasing him around, throwing these crazy fucking hooks, trying to kill this poor guy.
Yeah, that's so funny. Dylan would be like, hey, what the hell, man?
Well, I call it how I see it, big dog.
Yeah. You have no allegiances.
You know what?
A legion of Skankses.
You know what? This isn't a grudge match unless Mike Harrington wants to make it a grudge match.
Right. For sure.
Okay? Because every week on Legion of Skanks, his lovely wife, Alex Scarlato, I help her out immensely. Her and G Mike. She's more of a boss figure than I guess would say anybody would be.
Sure.
Would be Alex and Lewis.
Right.
So the allegiance is spread all over the place. It's hard to say. We're not picking teams here, okay, guys?
Right.
But I am going to beat his ass.
All right.
Nat, just so you know, last night we were talking, and G Mike said that if he loses, Jake is fired from Legion of Skanks.
That's incredible.
Now that's not in stone.
Fight for your job.
He said we're gonna make sure Joe Harari charges you for a ticket every week.
That's incredible, actually.
you
Jake would
lose.
keep showing up and keep working, paying us to work, losing money to work.
That's true.
Yeah, dude, because it's not about that to him.
That's how
Right. It's about the love of the
it's
game.
family.
I'm in it for the love of the game. That's how loyal I am.
Yeah. So
I'm
what
there.
are the parameters of this fight? Do we know?
So I
Boxing?
wasn't. Boxing. Yes. I thought you were talking about the stakes. more
No,
or
I
less.
meant more like how many
Enough
rounds
about
and how
Harrington's
long
diet.
are
Let's
they?
get into.
I meant how long are the rounds, that kind of thing.
3 2-minute rounds.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So 6 minutes
You can
total
do
of
2-minute
action.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're training for 4-minute rounds.
There you go. Train harder than you have to. Yeah. there.
Yeah, there's a weighted bat situation.
Weighted bat situation, exactly.
I'm not letting out any more secrets, guys.
All right,
But
cool.
just know that me and my boy Antonio Barbosa are getting to work. He's out there right now. He's got
What-
my back.
What do you think are some areas in which Harrington might have the upper hand that you really need to work on?
Size?
Well, 6, 7 more boxing matches than me, experience-wise.
6, 7.
6 or 7. I don't know how many. I'm
Kidding.
trying to think.
That's what the kids say.
Oh, yeah. That's how old I am.
I know. No, I'm that old too, and I also hate it. But you said 6, 7, and I went 6, 7.
The only reason I even kind of know is because Joe List was like making a stupid joke about it or something. I don't fucking know.
I hate it. Anyway,
The glasses are funny. Real Miami Vice type shit.
he got those in Chicago.
I like it. But what are we talking about?
Harrington's weaknesses
Harrington's
and
strengths.
strengths.
Okay,
Harrington's
so
strength.
yeah, his boxing appearances at Skankfest alone are way
Yeah.
more than mine. His boxing experience, I mean, and not to mention he just gets the shit beat out of him by Lewis a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that-
he's not scared of you.
Exactly, he's not going to be scared.
Yeah.
But I'm going with straight technique, straight cardio.
Love it.
You know, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty, to the foundation of boxing. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're saying because you're going back to the roots, he might have lost his roots in the process of
I'm
it.
thinking so. I'm
Okay.
thinking so.
I see.
I'm thinking he's just doing his own thing. He's
All
out
right.
here wandering in the boxing world. You know what I mean?
I like it. Good shit.
Nat,
yeah,
Nat
we're
only
trying-
has 5 minutes of boys sports talk in her, and she gets tired.
I mean, do you want to talk about Skanks? Does he have anything to weigh in for the Skanks question that you
well,
have?
you weighed in. You did the weigh-ins. Am I
Well-
correct? What are some things? The last question. What are some things we can expect you to make Mike Harrington do if you were to win?
So the thing is, he would be producing
Yeah.
my podcast here, Front Me Till Friday.
Oh,
okay?
that's a great use
He
of
would
that.
produce it here for 3 months, and I have to be his intern slave for a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's so fucking lazy that I probably won't even have to do anything.
We're going to get Harrington on this show next week, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to get his side of the story because you're talking some fighting words here.
Well,
I
that's
like
what's going on, Natalie. I don't know if you know.
I like it.
Oh, we do have a fight November 15th at Skankfest, okay? Get your tickets.
I like it.
Whoa.
Good shit.
But yeah, apparently he was talking shit about me yesterday on The Thing Is. What's up with this?
All right. Okay. All right. We get some fewer viewers than they do, but that's fine.
I got to hear through the grapevine this fucking guy's talking shit. So
Yeah, he was very disappointed that Josie wanted to train with you at Planet Fitness.
I love that it's Planet Fitness. That's incrable.
I can't afford the $8 membership or
No.
whatever.
She probably
Yeah.
has a guest pass.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But I
Yeah.
told
and,
you guys.
And you have a hall pass.
You know
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know it. I told you guys I'm not trying to work out around people like.
He said, I don't want to work out if there's hot women there.
That's kind of what I said.
Those were exactly
All right.
his words, I would
But
say.
look, I just don't.
I
wanna-
respect that.
I'm not in any kind of confidence level to be like in front of like a fuck ton of people. I kind of do my own thing,
I agree. We both prefer to work out alone.
and I do a lot of
As
body
alone
weight.
as possible, yeah.
I do a lot of body weight training. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's just me. I'm big enough. I sling myself around, and we get shit done.
Yeah.
Stay
yeah,
on my
yeah.
toes.
I'm glad that No Friggin' Way is not doing this studio, and they're doing the other studio.
Yeah,
You
I
got to
mean-
hop into another appearance right now,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, I'm a very busy man today, guys.
He's
Jake Too Baked.
stacked.
Jake Too Baked on the prowl. We're helping out with
Yeah,
on
follow
the gate.
Jake Too Baked.
Jake Too Baked NYC on Instagram.
Front me till
In front of me till
Friday.
Friday.
Front me
You
till
can see
Friday.
it on his hat.
On YouTube. Yes, on YouTube. All shot live outside New York City from the park. So we fuck with people. We do this. We ask opinions. Yada yada.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
But yeah, guys, I'm very busy today. Very stacked. I
Yeah,
got a
very
full
stacked.
schedule, guys.
Get out of
Thank
here.
you
We
guys
don't want
for
to
having
keep
me
you
on.
too much longer,
Thank
but
you
thanks for
guys.
coming in.
Shout out to
All right,
my
Harrington,
gas
I
peeps.
think a message has been made loud and clear.
It
today.
does
Coming for
seem
that ass,
that
boy.
way. Shit, fuck. Cool as hell, man. But I'm going to reframe us. Go ahead.
What? Go ahead. So where we were in the middle of talking about the
What was your favorite fact that you learned on the cruise?
fact I learned on the cruise. You know, I had more time to think about it, and then I didn't think of one.
So you had more time to think about it.
And I still didn't come up with anything.
Mine is two things. One, the Chicago fire was most likely not started by a lady milking a cow that kicked over a lantern that started the fire, because it was started at 9 p.m.
Damn.
And as the tour guide said, I know some dairy farmers. They're not known for being up at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
They mostly get their work done in the morning. So unlikely that it was actually that.
Okay, so the one fact that I learned was that they had the oldest building that survived the fire was like a refrigeration building.
Mm-hmm.
And it took like a year or something to thaw out the building.
Yes.
To make it like an office space or something.
It's a residential space.
Yes.
Yes.
The other thing is, as a child, I did not have complete internet access.
Right.
So one thing that I got autistic about was looking at the Chicago skyline on Google Earth
Yeah.
while listening to Joe Rogan
Love
or
it.
another podcast. And so
It's incredible that you turned out kind of lefty, because it could have easily not been that way.
maybe I'm here.
Here he is.
I am also a literal lefty.
He's a lefty, as in he's left-handed. Yes.
And what up in the butt? So I used to be autistic about the Chicago skyline, looking at it on Google Earth, because I just thought it looked really cool. And one of the buildings that was on the tour that I was actually always confused by was that curvy one on Wacker.
Mm-hmm.
And I would look at the address and I'd be like, that is weird that like part of the building is one address and the other part of the building is a different address.
That was my favorite too.
And I didn't realize that until I was thinking about it in bed last night. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I did just notice that. And then I just never thought about it again.
Because they say it on the tour. They're like, it's because it curves with the river.
So it's nice that I actually got that peace of mind that, yes, it is crazy that there were like two different addresses there.
Yes.
And it's, so...
I liked the Mart building too.
Yeah, the Merch Mart. I showed Natalie the Water Tower Plaza Mall, which is now empty.
Yes. Yeah. It's not empty.
It's a 7-floor mall in the John Hancock Center, which is pretty cool.
What was your favorite food that we had while we were there?
I mean, unfortunately, it was the Parmesan crusted steak. But
I was gonna say
like
the steakhouse
Chicago.
I was going to say the steakhouse
Food.
too, but the steakhouse was great. It doesn't have to be Chicago food. I just meant your favorite thing that you ate was probably the steak we got.
I also got deep dish and realized that it turns out deep dish is not a goof. This entire time,
He really
I thought
they were fucking with us.
I just thought it was a goof. I just thought it was just a little thick. I just thought it was a thick mommy. But no.
No, it was
it's
a
lasagna.
BBW.
Yeah, it's a lasagna. It is a BB Dubs.
It's instead of a thick mommy, it's a BBW.
I thought it was just a little pog.
Yeah, it was a little pog. No, it's thick, big thick.
Yeah,
I did not have any.
Latina.
I did not have any. This is before I got there. Mike got there a day early because he was coming from his eye doctor in Ohio. Beefy. I loved the hot dogs. I loved the steak that we got, and yeah, I loved the cake shake as well. Yeah, good shit. Oh, and I liked the drink that I had at 3 Dots and a Dash.
The other things were, I mean, we went, actually, I gotta say, even though they removed the egg from my French toast because I didn't want it like that,
Oh, I forgot about that.
The French toast and chicken strip, whatever the fuck, at Little Goat Diner was pretty good.
Yes, we also went to Little Goat Diner with my friend Grace, who lives in Chicago. We used to go to college together. And my friend from around here, who happened to also be visiting Chicago at the same time as me. So we got brunch together, and my friend Grace showed us around, I would say, Lincoln Park, correct? Mm-hmm. And went to a gay bookstore. I've become
so numb, I can't feel you there.
Ultimately successful trip, I would say. We went straight from the Sears Tower to the airport, and our flight was delayed because shout out Newark Airport.
One thing I will say is, so during that same time that we were there, System of a Down was there, and I wanted to go to it, but then I heard a couple of stories on Zoo and maybe Skanks or something about just really raucous System of a Down fans. Starting actually with a story from Josie Marcelino where she said she saw a dude cold cock his chick at the concert. Holy
shit.
Yeah. And
crazy.
She no-sold it.
She just got hit and went, what the fuck was that? Like she didn't fall at all?
So Josie's story was she went to the concert and he was like, you enjoying this? You enjoying this? For whatever reason, they were in the middle of an argument. And she was like, yeah, actually, I am enjoying it. And then he just hit her. And then she just went back to looking at the concert.
Brutal. I almost forgot to say, I accidentally took Mike and his sister to a gay bar.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was gay as hell.
That was gay as hell. After our rerun architecture tour, which was at 8 p.m., the three of us, me and Mike and his sister, went looking for a bar to end our night. That was Sunday night before our last day, our travel day. And I looked up a bar that was nearby, and it was called the Second Story Bar. And it said in the address that it was on the second floor. And I go, all right, I'll look for it. It might be weird, but the fact that it's on the second floor makes sense to me that it's like, might be hard to find. And we find an open door in what looks like a residential hallway. And I'm like, don't worry, guys, I got this.
Yep.
And I go up the stair. I follow the sounds of the bar. I go upstairs, and there's a bunch of stickers on the door. And I go, oh, this is a gay bar. And I go up. I'm wearing my duplex hoodie. Shout out the duplex. And Mike goes, yo, you should have shown them your duplex hoodie for cred. I'm like, I was like, if I was wearing a Stonewall hoodie, that's different. But they don't know what the duplex is. We go up there, and the vibes are good. But I also can't shake the feeling that we're not supposed to be there. Because I'm like, I shouldn't be kissing my boyfriend at this gay bar. It feels performative in the opposite direction.
I was getting mild positive stares at the beginning, and then like a cat who's tired of the yarn, they just stopped looking.
They stopped looking.
And then, we started to
Was that nice?
Annoy them.
I don't think we annoyed them at all. I think that it's just that we also found a bar to use the bathroom. So all three of us, we took turns at the bathroom.
Like I said, it more just felt like a cat who was tired of playing with yarn.
Yeah, exactly. But that was cool. Yeah, successful trip.
I would say PSA, don't go to the sky deck. I'm going to say it. I say if you want one good view of Chicago, go to the John Hancock Center. It's called 360 or something.
Yeah.
And it's way better because what you don't realize until you're at the top of the Sears Tower is you're missing the best part of the Chicago skyline, which is the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
And the ledge that you stand on, it's not even facing the good part of Chicago.
Yeah.
It's facing away from all the skyscrapers. It's too crowded. They charge you way too much money.
Yeah.
I mean, the view is fine.
The view is
just
incredible.
It's a stunning view, but it's just infuriatingly barely worth it.
Yeah.
So if you plan on doing one of the two, if you're in Chicago and you want to see the whole view, go to the John Hancock Center. It's way better. I don't know if it's still there, but at one point there was a bar literally a couple of floors below that you can get into.
Yeah.
So that's also a hack to not have to pay all the money for the 360. I don't know if it's still there, but it was a couple years ago.
I will say.
And make sure to keep your cruise time, folks.
Yeah.
Your Rob cruise time.
To remember that it takes even what is a 14-minute walk in the city is sometimes also a 14-minute Uber because of city traffic.
No one wanted to fucking hail a cab. I was like, we should just hail a cab.
It was not the waiting
This
for the
is-
Uber that was the problem. It was getting it through in a car through traffic.
Yeah, but still, we wouldn't have had to have the waiting time of them getting there if we just hailed a cab, which there were some outside the
There
art
weren't
museum.
enough. It's fine.
I saw like 4.
You should have hailed one, and I would have canceled my Uber. We didn't fight at all on this trip, I will say. We did not fight on this trip. We're fighting about how to tell about the trip. But it was a very, except for that one instance, was a very, went without a hitch. I
Yeah, it
would
was
say.
great to see my new baby, my first cousin ever.
Yeah, Mike's first cousin. The view was pretty incredible from the top of the Sears Tower. Don't let Mike undersell it because you can literally like see the ozone of the sky like around the curve of the earth. It's crazy how high you are.
It's
It looked like I had a picture from the Sears Tower and I had a picture from the plane,
Yeah.
and it was hard to tell the difference.
It is funny because it seems less big when you're surrounded by all the other big buildings.
Yeah, 100%.
Compared to the World Trade Center, it does look bigger than everything else.
because there's nothing right next to it. Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of things, but it still
But it's not the
stands
same.
out.
I think we should probably get to some shows.
Yeah, thank you, Jake, for that.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
Interstitial promo. Harrington, we await your response.
Yes, I will not take sides.
Well, Harrington always takes sides with his orders.
Very good. I want you to start. I want to hear about Skanks. The Pavilion series.
Well, first of all, to follow up on Jake's episode, this happened to be on the episode that Jake Shields was on, famous
Two
UFC
Jakes.
fighter. Yes.
Slightly less famous fighter named Jake.
And your boy Mickey Gall.
Yeah, I almost came in because I wanted to see Mickey Gall, but I was dog sitting and it was not worth coming in.
So I was in the green room interviewing Anthony Cumia.
This is last week's episode.
Yes, and we were in the green room, and Jake Shields and his team was also in there, and Tristan Bowling was also in there.
My boy.
And he was, after we had come out and I was done with the interview, he was like, dude, it was so funny because we were in there, and like on one side of the room, it's me being like, so if there was one person you could Jocktober, who would that be? And then on the other side of the room, it's like, they need to pay for their sins and what they've done to the Gazan people. It's like, holy shit. Does it ever turn off?
Yeah. It's so fucking funny.
They must pay in blood for what they've done. And I'm just like, who's your favorite radio broadcaster?
Yeah, literally. So what about this week on Skanks?
So from the Pavilion series, have you heard anything? Well, first of all, you were unfamiliar with the Pavilion series.
I was familiar in clips. Theoretically, I just didn't know that it had a name.
It's episodes recorded at Big J's new house in Jersey, at his pavilion. And
Who says it like that?
at least half of the world's population.
Cool. Very good. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true.
And so do you know about the Saudi Arabian Comedy Festival?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so they apparently Jay on the Friday Night Hang, which is different than the Pavilion series.
Oh, okay.
Not in name, but in wonder.
Okay.
That's the quote, right? And
No clue.
Jay, he says that he has morals here. He's saying that he thinks he would not do, if he was asked to do the Saudi Arabian Comedy Festival, he would not take $250,000 to do
Okay.
it. Tim Dillon,
He's doing it.
they got him on the horn. They said that it makes sense that he's doing it because his position has always been, I'll do whatever I can to get money in this corrupt business.
Yeah, of course.
So they're like, that's on brand for him. But there's a lot of they were saying there's comics on here who act holier than thou, like Bill
Right.
Burr or a couple of others where they were surprised that they were doing it. So they were like, bullshit, Jay. You would definitely do it for any amount of money that you were offered. And they hooked him up to the lie detector test.
Incredible.
Now, this was a different kind of lie detector test.
Okay.
In the fact that the answering was a little different.
Okay.
Because instead of asking him different questions, they asked him the same question but different money amounts.
That's what I figured.
So they worked their way down. But they knew the first one was going to be a throwaway.
Right.
So they knew, as a baseline, they asked him $5 million, knowing that he was still going to say no.
Right. And
just to see that would be a lie, so that when he said $250,000, whether or not it would also come up as a lie or the truth.
Right, that makes sense.
What do you think the answer was?
What is the lowest he would do?
In his heart of hearts, the real question was $250,000. In his heart of hearts, does Big J have more morals than $250,000?
No, I don't think he does.
Even though he says out
he
loud,
was going to, yeah.
You would be correct.
It's also a good question of like, how much does Jay make?
Yeah.
Because Jay does seem like a guy who's crushing it, who might be swimming in money.
He's swimming in a tanning salon.
He's swimming in a tanning salon.
He's swimming in tanning lotion.
Yes. He
and nail polish.
Because he could just be like, nah, 250 to me ain't shit. I don't give a fuck. But I don't think that that's true. I think that anyone we know personally like that, 250 isn't a chunk of change.
Yeah.
Maybe not Tim Dillon, even though Tim Dillon is taking it. But I think Tim Dillon's worth a lot more than $250,000.
You know what the biggest punch in the gut was?
What?
Wait, I think it still came up as a lie for 100,000, but it might have come up as the truth.
Right. I was gonna say, I guess I'm not a comic, so I can't say for sure what I'd do in this situation. I would, it's not about any moral reason that I would not want to support Saudi Arabia. It's more that I would be afraid of saying the wrong joke and being like put in a prison.
Ah.
You know, like
yeah.
I would only do it if I was like, I will make it out of this country when this is over.
For making fun of the king.
Right, or whatever, saying women should be able to drive or something. I'm kidding.
I think
that kind of shit.
I don't know exactly the royals, but I think maybe MBS was involved in this.
Okay.
Who does seem to be more,
lax,
flexible. But who you are right. Who can say for sure? Also, the heat.
How long is it?
I don't know, a couple of days. But
yeah, but I mean, we got heat here.
Yeah, but it's like 110 is the low.
No shit.
Do you not? It's in the desert.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's places in like
Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly, where it gets like that, you know.
The other funny thing was Jay was like, also, I don't like their accommodations.
Hilarious.
He's like, their accommodations are going to be like a gold-seated toilet or whatever Donald Trump likes. Like, it's going to be like a bunch of gaudy bullshit. I want Wi-Fi that works and regular Netflix.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be able to bring my Xbox and play NBA 2K. I don't care about... That's my accommodations.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to get... He's upset that he has to buy a different cord to plug into the weird outlet that they have over there.
Right.
More than the morality of it.
Sure.
But yeah, overall... And then they hooked up Berg to the lie detector test, too.
What did he say?
The funniest one was that they asked him, was he, whenever he was stripping, was he ever at least a little bit turned on by the other men? And he said, and they meant it as in like from the attention. And he meant, no, I meant like, oh, that guy's got a good body.
Hot. Yeah.
And they were like, what? That's so much gayer than we thought.
Right. But he said yes.
No, he said no, and it came up as a lie. Yeah,
that's incredible news. I love that. That's so funny.
And then they said, are you like Are you the other two that were interesting were who's a better co-host, Ralph or Gino? You said Ralph because he just gets to walk in.
That's true.
And the show's ready.
That makes sense.
But I will say, In Hot Water in the Day was really funny.
Yeah.
The ISIS character was always funny that Eric Berg did. And I remember there was an episode that when I was first started with Dave Temple, one of the first episodes I tuned into where he was on In Hot Water was every time that he would just like start, like they would ask him a question that would require like a longer answer. Mm-hmm. And whenever he would start talking, they started playing a video of just a man in the 80s walking around lower Manhattan, naked, just slow stroking. And every time he would start talking, they would just start playing the video again, and Dave's just like, oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
so funny. That's so funny.
And then the other question was, In Hot Water, I always thought was a great show, but Ralph makes sense. And then the other one was, does he feel like jealous of tall people?
That's a good question.
And he was like, yes. He was like, I feel like I just feel like sometimes they treat me as lesser.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
that's
then
so funny.
And then I had the realization that I feel like Aaron Berg is kind of like White Dante.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kinda.
It just occurred to me.
Yes, exactly. That's right. They do seem to align on a lot of shit.
Both male strippers.
Both male strippers, both bald and buff.
Beefy.
And, yes.
Both
scary.
wear mink coats or some kind of weird fur coat with a cigar.
Both could probably kill a guy with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
Well, that was it for Skanks. Let's roll right into TTI.
Let's hear it.
Unless you wanted to talk about KP first.
No, let's do TTI.
So this week on TTI, as we were talking about with Jake, I don't know if this is before or after the segment, but
it's okay.
La Mer and Josie were on together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, La Mer and Josie go back a ways. They've been friends for a long time. I even could sense this back in Pet Shop days when they would both be there, and I'd be like, oh, they really know each other. La Mer dressed Josie the fuck down.
What happened?
So she starts talking about her ex,
mm-hmm.
and he goes, your ex never loved you. And she was like, he's always saying that I'm never going to find love and that, like my ex never loved me and he's putting all this bullshit on me. And then he went on to list, like, 2 or 3 things that kind of...
That the ex did?
Yeah, questionably proved maybe they weren't as compatible for each other as she had previously let on.
How long were they together, do we know?
5 years, maybe. And in that 5 years, they maybe had sex 5 times.
You very much said that my ex hated me. Like, when it was good and when it was bad, all of it.
When's the last time you guys had sex? How many times did you guys have sex over 5 years?
5. Oh, did I not reveal that? Oh.
It's like, he doesn't like you. You got to break up with this guy. You shouldn't be dating a man who's only had sex with you 5 times in 5 years.
Okay,
at that point, we'd only had sex like 3.
Yeah.
La Mer, so this guy, do you know him or are you going off of
He's
Josie's
never met him.
I've never
Josie's
met
stories?
him. I'm just going off of Josie's stories.
Okay.
And Josie said he used to fuck other girls, too.
Why are you doing this?
Because
you're watching Spill the Tea here live at Gas Digital.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, I will say, both me and my roommate were in relationships for many years where where over the span of 5 years, we maybe had sex 5 times. Yeah. And
Crazy.
Ashley and her ex never had sex because he was long distance and he had some personal issues.
As someone who did not get consistently laid until 25, yes, I get it.
Yeah. 25 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant 2025. I was like, I don't think that checks out.
Until 2027, I'm not getting laid because of this episode.
Yes.
And then there was...
Wow, that's crazy.
claims of infidelity, which she explained as they were online dating first.
I can't
And
wait to watch this episode and see what I think.
they connected over online, but it was during the pandemic. And then by the time they met up,
right.
she was still heavier than now. And he was like, I am emotionally attracted to you, but not physically attracted to you. And so there
He
was
said that?
some openness in the relationship at the beginning.
Right.
It's
Just break up, dude. That's crazy
upon
to say
her
that to
suggestion.
No, dude should have broken up with her anyway. That's crazy.
But that was the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, a couple more things, but she got dressed down,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Don't accuse me. I care about you."
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm being mean, but it's because I care."
Of course.
And she was like, "La Mer is always being mean to me and shitty."
No, that sounds like someone who cares, because you wouldn't be that passionate about it if you didn't give a shit about a person's well-being.
He was just like, she's always
She has low self-esteem.
she's getting on her high horse a little bit here.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know if she knows that she's retelling, if she's fully aware that she's retelling this with a little bit of fabrication.
Oh,
anymore.
wow. Okay. Whoa.
Maybe not. I don't know.
No, that's heavy. Wow. I can't wait to see this.
I don't know. They were going back and forth. It's hard to
Yeah.
make heads or tails of some of it.
Wow.
But it was entertaining as
Yeah,
fuck, and it's not like they're not still friends.
Of course.
But
Josie and La Mer timeline.
Because, okay, I know this has been said on other podcasts, but we all, like, La Mer is a teddy bear, but there is a vicious
He's
side.
a bear, period. He
Yeah.
looks cuddly.
But he can get in your ass.
Yeah, that's the
Try to stay on his good side.
the meme of the bear that's like, if not friend, why friend shaped, and it's a picture of like a baby bear. Like, that's La Mer. He's cute and cuddly, but he's also can fucking claw the shit out of you.
Yeah, he'll swipe like your cat
Yeah.
when it sees a dog.
Yeah.
Damn,
I gotta watch this episode. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Figs and Shannon were just kind of like, because Josie's been on a lot recently, telling a lot of stories, and they're like, huh, what?
Yeah.
Our worldview's been shattered.
I like that. That's why you gotta have people on both alone and with a different guest.
Right. Well, it helps that they know each other well.
Right.
This was also, I was waiting for this because Josie had told me about an argument that they had gotten in Austin when she had stayed with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, that was, I can't wait to hear La Mer's side of this.
Right. I remember
because
that.
I was like, that's a lot. That's pretty
mean.
harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been on a lot this week. I don't know if you noticed.
I have.
One of the other shows.
Yeah, we can just stick with your run. That's fine.
Morning Zoo. He was on with Matt Marin, who actually Big T was mentioned because
Big T was here earlier recording on the gate for next week.
Big T mentioned because he apparently they were at a roast battle or something, and a bunch of girls in a row were
Matt Marin, the one with the speech impediment.
Yeah, Matt Marin.
Yes. Why is it fair that there's a Matt Marin and a Mark Marin, who are both comics? That's not fair.
They're spelled differently.
Yeah, but I'm reading about comedians all the time, for sure. No, I hear people say those names, and I have to mentally adjust to, like, one is upset about the state of comedy, and the other one is known for his
upset
speech
that he's
impediment.
not in comedy.
Exactly. I'm going to
I'm
put the
kidding.
hair on.
I'm kidding. I love Matt. I saw him on the Path train one night. I think he does a show in Jersey City, and we happened to both be on the Path, and we caught up. It was good.
Cute.
He a bunch of girls in a row were like, when we went on the road with Matt, he would just take us to Texas Roadhouse.
It's funny.
And it started to look like that was his move.
Yeah.
For female comics. And then Pig T was like, okay, hold on. Whoa, he did that for me too. Let's not get our heads.
He just really likes Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. And Matt was like, he really saved me there.
That's funny. So wait, what about this episode of Zoo?
So Zach was discussing an article that was brought to the show by the lovely Shannon about a woman who has been sober for over 10 years or 9 or over 10 years and is now an alcohol like rehab specialist or something. And she had requested at her wedding to have no bar and no one's allowed to drink at all. How do you feel about this?
I feel like if she was like, I would be tempted to drink if there were drunk people at my wedding, I get it. If she's like, I feel in my heart of hearts that if I'm at my own wedding this day that's all about me and everyone else is drunk, I would be irrevocably tempted to drink, then I get it. If you just want everyone to like, if you just want to be a downer for everybody else and out of principle you don't want to drink.
It was a little bit out of principle. She said, I also
That's
don't want to
kind of
like enable bad behaviors.
I mean, there's part of me that isn't that mad about it. I get everyone's going to be like up in arms about this. But it's like, how long is a wedding?
Well, Zach said that like if you're that like someone in my shoes, like at Sophie's or what bleep her name out, at your friend's wedding.
No, I don't give a shit. It's a
I was only there because of you. I've met her maybe twice before then.
Right.
I don't really know. I kind of know her.
Right.
I don't know anyone else there.
Right.
So I need a little bit of social lubricant just to kind of even push through that 6 hours.
Counterpoint. You literally said you weren't going to drink at that wedding.
Oh. Well.
You in advance were like, I want to be on my best behavior. I'm not going to drink at all. So for you to now be like, actually, I needed that.
I didn't think I needed it until I got there. And I'm like, oh, I feel out of place.
Right.
And I am going to be really uncomfortable here.
Right. I think that there are sides. I think it depends on how big the wedding is and how long it is. I think if it's extremely long and huge like that, where there's tons of people that don't know each other, that's kind of annoying. But if it's like my mom's getting married and there's going to be 45 people there. If it was that kind of thing, I feel like it's like, it's a couple hours. I get that, like, the whole point, some people are like, the whole point of a wedding is for free drinks or whatever, but.
Zach said it makes a difference if they have to travel for it or not. He's like, if you're going to make people travel and get a babysitter and a hotel room.
I agree with that.
And everything, he's like, and dress up and put a suit on and everything. He's like, you got to take care of people, buy them food, and get them drunk.
I agree with that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, right?
Yes.
I have seen a lot. I don't think I've ever. I guess Sophie's wedding was fine. I've seen plenty of weddings where people ruin sweet moments because they're fucked up.
I've seen Nat sauced.
What? Jesus Christ. He's a prop comic. He just threw soy sauce at me.
I was waiting for an opportunity to do that.
Did you see me sauced? Was I sauced?
I just wanted to make a sauce pun. I didn't know where else to interject.
I liked it.
The sauce. Where's the sauce?
I have seen people like yarf at weddings.
Cool.
And I've seen them like pass out at weddings, and I've seen them spill red wine on really nice things. And I can see why, like, they don't give out shots at weddings, right? I've been to weddings where they're like, we can't give you shots.
Yeah, Zach said that they had to cut 3 people off at his wedding.
Yeah. They, although what's funny about that is that, my cousin tried to do a shot with all the cousins at his wedding, and they wouldn't give us shots, so he just got like 8 tequila on the rocks.
Tequila on the rocks.
So we did like a rock shot. Yeah, that being said, I can very strongly yeah, it's about goddamn time. Send me that. Mike's grandma finally sent us the picture of the two of us at the bean. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I can see both sides pretty strongly. I can see being annoyed, but I can also see why one would decide that.
Okay.
Especially because she has so much cred. If you were just regular sober.
So there's one thing that Zach said that I have to disagree with, where he goes, my dad had a birthday party a couple of years ago where he was very proud that he was sober. And it was a sober party, and no one was allowed to drink. And he's like, it was a tough hang. And I'm like, it couldn't have been that tough.
So my dad's 40 years sober. And when he had his, he had a big birthday party a couple of years ago. He was very proud that it was a dry party. Man, it sucked.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was fucking.
Yeah. Did he try to have a band? You gotta have a band when
there
you
was
have
nothing. It was just it was fucking death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can if it's around people I know, I can make it happen. I know how to be. I can be social enough. It's really around people I don't know, and I have to be fancy, or I have to, like, I don't know. I just have to be social anyway. Sometimes I do need to break the ice a little bit with a lube, a social.
Hold on one sec.
La Mer mentioned Andy Malafarina's wedding, which had a cigar tent or cigar truck, and he was like, that was the best part because none of the women were there. And it made me remember that, like, Andy talked about at his wedding how his wife had to take a drink away from him.
That's funny.
As they were leaving, and he was like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "You've had too much."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "What?" And Shaw Gardini goes, "Oh, it's starting already. Isn't this my day?"
Yeah, I think people get really majorly fucked up at weddings.
That's the point.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of life.
Yeah. Can we talk about Let's Do American Loser?
Yeah.
This will be brief.
So I think I might have said this on a previous GaS now, but American Loser is doing a 3-part series on the several assassins
attempts
on Gerald Ford.
Yes. So the last one was with Mike Figs and KP's dad, whose name escapes me.
Larry.
And they were talking about a story that I am not only am I very familiar with, but that Harrington and I have bonded over because we both heard the same episode of Radiolab where they talk about this guy, and his name is Oliver Bill Sipple. And he was...
What a name.
It's a pretty incredible name.
Sipple and Milk.
Sipple and Milk is pretty funny. It's like, drink. And he was this guy who stopped an assassination attempt of Gerald Ford in a moment's notice. Like, he was not on the job. He was just a civilian who was previously in the military who prevented this woman from shooting Gerald Ford. And he was called a hero, like, immediately. And then it came out to the press that he was active in the gay community. And he was super not out, especially to his family.
And this was because of Harvey Milk, who is really gunning to make gay people look good. Yeah,
he was like, here's an excellent example of a gay guy doing a heroic act for the president. And we should represent that. Yeah, exactly. And it ended up ruining this guy's life. And he pretty much drank himself to death at the end of his life. He was disowned by his family. He wasn't allowed at his mom's funeral. Like, that kind of heavy shit.
One story I heard was that they did mend fences a little bit. I think the one joke I heard, Harrington maybe backed me up on this one, but I believe what they told him is his mother eventually did start talking to him again. She goes, well, we still love you. You can still come visit. Just don't bring too many of your friends with you. That kind of a thing, right? Another story.
The other story was that his mother never spoke to him again, and upon his mother's death, his father forbid him to come to the funeral.
Yeah, we don't need any negative attention.
That's just sick.
It's brutal.
And I remember hearing this episode of Radiolab like a year or two ago, and I was like, this is an incredible story. So fucking interesting. And as soon as you were telling me that they did an episode about this, I was like, Harrington's behind this.
Yeah.
I like the way that KP put it to Figs, where he's like, what if you saved the president's life and immediately after your entire internet history was leaked to the public?
That's so true.
And that's an incredible way of putting it, I think. Yeah.
One of the other interesting things was KP said in the episode, Mike, clip this part, and so I did.
I like that.
Which is helpful. Hosts out there. Hosts. He said he was mentioning it was like a milk sidebar, a milk bar.
A milk bar.
There was he was like, this was before Bud Light, gay people were boycotting beers.
Right.
And it was because in San Francisco, the unions were Coors Light was like not they weren't going to like
cooperate with the Teamsters?
Yeah, they weren't like gonna they were not gonna re-sign contracts with the Teamsters for driving trucks.
Right.
And so they said Harvey Milk saw an opportunity, and he's like, well, I have a lot of pull with the gay bars in San Francisco. We can help you guys boycott all
deliveries.
None of the gay bars will accept deliveries from Coors, but the Teamsters have to hire gay drivers.
Right, more gay drivers, yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Coors caved immediately, and that was KP was like, I can't believe the gays were boycotting beer before blue collar guys were boycotting beer because
being gay.
Yeah.
Same wavelength. That's all I had on that. We can move on if you want.
The whole thing was interesting. I mean, they
so sad.
One of the first assassins was one of the heads of the Manson family.
Yeah, both assassination attempts in this particular span of time were both women, but not affiliated with each other. Which is so interesting.
One of them was like, I need a gun that's going to look good in a museum one day.
Right, and then the other one was from like West Virginia, and she last minute had to get a new gun because they took her guns.
That's
why she missed the first time.
If this was Annie, it wouldn't have happened.
So true.
Annie Oakley of the Oakley.
I can talk a little bit about True Dat. I almost called it Yo For Real.
Yeah. Big if true.
Big if true.
Dat.
What was the woman's name again?
So this is a story that I recommended to Caroline.
I like it.
I had overheard this actually from a YouTube short that my dad was watching on his computer. And I was like, holy shit, that would be an awesome story for True Dat. I looked it up. Turns out it's not only is it true, it was a whole ass documentary.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is going to be great. It's Delamar Vera. Philly story, actually. Did not know it was from Philly. So basically, a woman has like a kind of a distant cousin relative who had come over to get her car fixed. And while the car is being fixed, there's a fire in the house in the baby's room, and then they just assumed the baby died.
Right, even though there were no substantial remains.
There were no skeletal remains.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, this woman just shows up with a new ass baby.
Yes.
And the mom had always just felt in her heart of hearts that the baby wasn't dead, but she couldn't prove it. So
right.
she's just sitting on this.
Right.
And then one time at a family party, that baby just accidentally is now 13 years old and happens to be there. And she's like, holy shit, that's my family dimple. I have to get DNA tested because I'm pretty sure that's my child. So she goes up to the kid and goes, hey, sweetie, you have gum in your hair. plucked a hair out and then got it DNA sampled, and it was her child.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
that's a crazy risk because, sorry, fucking gay fact for a second. Hair is not usually good for getting DNA samples from because it's dead. But if you happen to get a follicle, that's where the DNA is. I learned that in forensics.
Whoa.
I took forensics in high school. And she said that. She was like, hair is not very good for DNA, but the follicles are good for it.
Not only that, here's where it gets crazier. The woman who kidnapped the kid, she somehow got enough saliva from the kid that she put it in a mister and sprayed it in her mouth so that when they would swab the DNA for her, it would show up as the kid.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's how deep it went.
Wow.
But then once she was found out, she immediately admitted to it.
Wow, that's crazy.
So she kept trying, and then eventually they were like, I mean, you're going to jail for a long time. She was like, fine, it was me.
Wow. Imagine pulling it off for that long and then just confessing.
She still did some time, but not as much. But
right.
I mean,
I guess
what a
that's why you
crazy
would
story,
confess.
right?
Yeah, that is a crazy
And what
story.
a great story for La Mer to be on, because they had a lot of goofs back and forth. Tell us more.
So I was just going to say how Naeem was talking about how when his son was born, they gave him the wrong kid back at first in the hospital.
Yep.
And then Zia was talking about how when she was born, her Filipino grandfather was like, there's something wrong with her. Why does she look like that? Because you could see the veins in her skin. And someone had to be like, no, that's just what white babies look like.
I was so white when I was born that I scared my grandpa.
Really?
He's Filipino, and he's like dark Filipino. And when he first saw me, he thought I was dying.
Yo.
I'm like, because you can see all the veins through my skin. It's so translucent. My grandma had to explain to him, no, honey, that's just how white babies are.
I don't know if you had anything like this, but I had a similar story where my dad thought something was wrong with me because my whole eye was, my iris and pupil took up like my whole eye.
Oh.
And he was like, why doesn't she have eyes? And then
So you were always like that.
And then he said that, and if you look at some baby pictures of me, it's kind of, you can kind of tell like the whites are only like out here.
Oh.
And
You were liver king.
yeah, he was like, no one else looked worried. So I decided to calm down. So that's what that reminded me of immediately. But
no one
I
else
don't
looked
know.
worried, so you decided to calm down. It's very funny.
That's almost verbatim how he says it when he tells this story. He's like, no one else looked concerned, so I was fine. Do you have anything like that?
I thought he meant like you as a baby were like, I'm so worried. Oh wait, no one else in the world looks as worried as I do. So maybe I should, me as a baby should calm down because no one else looks that worried.
No, my dad went, she doesn't have eyes. No one else was freaking out that I didn't have eyes. So he chilled out.
Oh, I thought that was like an old
a joke, an inside joke?
Yeah, like an old Southern baby joke.
Do you have anything like that? Your eyes were actually fucked up.
Yeah.
But they knew,
No,
they kind of
weren't
saw that
gonna-
coming.
No one else could confuse me for someone else's child. But
True.
Naeem, later in the episode, talks about how his best friend has this story.
No shit. Getting the wrong baby?
Worse. He was the son of a priest. And the priest was fucking around with someone too young. And that young lady had a baby, and the priest's wife, to protect the priest,
Right. Gave the baby up for adoption?
took the baby in.
Oh,
Because
see.
it's still the priest's son.
Sure.
But she was like, just to protect, we'll take the baby.
Right, we'll say that it was ours.
And she treated him like shit because she's kind of mad.
Right, because it wasn't her kid.
The priest is always cheating also.
Right.
And Naeem said that growing up, he would always be like, that's not my mom. Like, she always treats me like such shit. And Naeem just thought that he was just like talking shit, being
Right.
like, I fucking
my mom
hate
is
my
mean
parent.
to me, yeah.
And he was like, but it turned out years later he found her on Facebook, and he was like, I guess he was right. He just felt it all along.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so this actually happened to someone in Naeem's life.
Wow.
And then he was also talking about in the episode earlier about how his dad was fucked around a lot, and it could have happened to his dad. And talking about, like, similar to me, like, like, age differences between, like, kids and stuff.
Right.
And I forget if it was Naeem or Zia, but one of them was talking about how they had, like, an uncle that was, or an aunt or an uncle that was, like, 10 years apart from them. And he's like, that's Dad Jr. La Mer said that's Dad Jr.
Yeah.
I thought that was Dad Jr. It's so funny.
That's great.
What else before we wrap up?
That's it. That's all I have.
But yeah, that's a great story. I'm glad it got on, and La Mer was a perfect guest for it. He talked about something that's actually, we're going to give away a little spoiler alert here, folks.
Let's hear it.
There's a story that he tells, La Mer tells on True Dat, that comes up again on Story Wars.
Could it be?
But I'm not going to give away what it is. But I want you to
do
the
scavenger hunt.
I want you to do the Easter egg hunt here to figure out what story it is that he tells on True Dat that ends up on Story Wars.
I did that with KP. I told you that, right? When KP was on Story Wars, and it was the one about faking an accent to get laid. I was like, I've heard this story before.
Right.
What are you doing out there, guy? Harrington was creeping on us.
Oh.
What up? What up? What up? You want to come in and talk shit about Jake? We got him earlier.
Oh, okay.
I got to switch.
No. I only have like 30 seconds.
Hop in on this mic. This one's on.
And I just wanted to grab the scale because I want to weigh Jake. This mic or that mic?
This one.
All right.
Oh, you got to weigh Jake?
Yeah, we're gonna weigh Jake, see how fat Jake is. Hashtag Jake is fat.
That's the title of the episode.
Dude, I can't wait for him to be showing up here with like a real professional businessman's haircut. I'm gonna need like tie-ups in his beard. You know what I mean? Like little hair ties in the beard to make sure that's like neat and well maintained. I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting a hurting on Jake. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much. All right, with that being said, I think this has been Gas Digital Now, the Gas Digital wrap-up show.
Question for you
let's hear it.
Before we go.
Okay.
On Madhouse.
Yes, you said you had a very Nat question for me from Madhouse.
Liz Mealy was on, and she was talking about how much she loves her cats.
Incredible.
But that they are menaces. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about rules that are in her house that are only because she has cats. Do you have some of those?
The locks on the fridge, does that count?
Yes.
My cat doesn't do that, but I have residual leftover locks from on the fridge from when my dad's cats were there because they would open the fridge.
Oh my God.
No, I would say I personally don't give the cat, like a lick of ice cream when I'm sitting on the couch because I know that my roommate does that, and then anytime my roommate has ice cream, she bothers that. This is a great question.
Because
at my dad's house, it's like you can't leave the food that you just cooked out on the stove. You have to like either put it in the oven or the microwave where the cat can't reach it.
Liz said, all liquids must stay in your hand.
Right.
Otherwise, they'll try to drink it. She said, we don't replace light bulbs because the cats will just get zoomies and always knock down our lamps. So we've just stopped replacing the light bulbs because they just keep breaking on us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she had a couple. I don't remember all of them, but you don't have that many cat rules.
No, my cat is very well behaved, believe it or not. She's for the most part well behaved. She's not a menace like that. I wouldn't call her a menace.
But she did have an eating disorder.
But she used to have an eating disorder, yes. She used to be a binger because the other cats would eat her leftovers. But now that she's an only cat, she has more healthy eating habits. That's it. She's fine. She's just chatty.
But there's no like because I know she pukes a lot now.
Well, there's not really like rules for that. We just like handle that. Okay. You know.
So no specific rules.
No, I guess if we get a box in, I'll leave it on the floor for a couple days so that she can enjoy it.
I
before
know
I
a new
recycle it.
rule.
What is it?
I know a rule that you have.
Let's hear it.
You have to keep the cat, or at least before you got the new one, you had to keep the cat carrier on the floor for days so she would just get used to it being there.
Yeah, but that's not a rule. That's a practice.
I mean, we'll practice.
A rule of like hold your
All right.
drinks is not like happening in my house for my cat.
All right, Bill Maher.
What? I listed like 4.
New rule.
This has been Gas Digital Now, the Gas Digital wrap-up show. If you liked it, you should subscribe at Gas Digital Now on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Stop being a soy and
True.
subscribe.
We're trying to get to 1,000. We're at 835.
Sauce us up, baby.
Or maybe 8:45. We're gonna do an extremely fun and raunchy, potentially Q&A live at gasdigital.com.
Potentially, I'm gonna make it raunchy if it's not.
Go to gasdigital.com and use code NOW to get the whole library of Gas Digital shows as well as ours. It also looks good for us if you use our code.
And comment below who you think is gonna win the fight, Jake or Harrington.
Yes, please do. Plug yourself.
Follow the Gas Digital accounts at Gas Digital on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube because I'm posting classic clips there at Gas Digital Network on YouTube. And follow me at That Blind Mike. I'm about to post the Chicago pictures. So
yes.
Tune in for that.
Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram, DECICCO_edits, and watch my other show. That's hot.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm sussing on you. I'm swagging for poo.